Hello, welcome back. This is Cynthia at Including You Journals. I hope you're all doing very well. Today, I would like to share with you some journal inserts, but before I begin that, I would love to show you a recent purchase from Rachel at Roxy Creations, and that is her Italian papers packet that she has. She has included incredible things, some little bags here and a tag and a note card, a postcard, so cute, bags as well as other papers, and the of course what if you look at this, it is so Italian to even see this. I love that she's included bits of paper, smaller sections of papers, all included. Here's an envelope. There's just such a selection of Italian papers. I noticed that in trying to find some Italian papers, I saw some on Amazon, and you don't get a selection. You get a large sheet of one thing, but here Rachel has taken the time to include so many pieces of different colors and patterns that are on here. They are just gorgeous. And one thing that she included was also some thank you, Rachel, some straw paper that I have been wanting, so that was really great to see this. Also her old book pages that she shows so often while she's working. I have to tell you that when I knew this was coming in the mail, I was like, worse than any child at Christmas could possibly ever be. I truly was so excited and delighted to have all that she sent. And look at this. This is so good. I know that she doesn't guarantee what she sends, but look how beautiful that is. I've seen her use some of these same types of pages in her work online. So Rachel, thank you. Thank you for making this available to all of us. And thank you. They are absolutely gorgeous. I've never received anything that I was more thrilled, I don't think, to have. So I appreciate it so much. And I'm going to leave a piece of that straw paper there because there's a little bit of a glare on the table, and I want to make sure that I don't blind everybody. But today, this is what I'd like to show you that we'll try to make a few of, and that is just a page insert into a journal. And I will show you how I'm going to begin that here as we get started. I have just simply used books like this, something old that I could tear a page out of and then fold in some way that I could create a page that then I could later put into a journal. And here is an old Women's Circle magazine that is full of, it's nicely aged. I think this is from, I cannot find a date anywhere, but I'm thinking maybe the 70s because of the age of this paper. It's nicely browned and made some really great pages. And then I have some old dictionary pages from the early 1900s and that I often use in my work. And this is a page that just simply torn from here is a great size to create. And again, I just folded these like so and glued them and then let them dry and began working on them myself. So that's where we're going to begin. Let me show you a few of those pages. Here are some. Here is one of those dictionary pages, a page from another book, and even sometimes I fold them in a tall manner. Sometimes a smaller book page works wonderfully as well. And then just other book pages to show you. And I simply began by finding something that looks interesting to me. I love leaving the ragged edges on the pages. I rarely cut those off. I like the page number. This says Persia and Persian Gulf, so I don't believe that would be offensive left there for anyone. And then I would just simply glue this. I would glue it probably a little more than I did, especially toward the edges, unless I were going to sew it, and then I would be able to begin working with my backgrounds. Let me show you a few that I have already made. This one is one here. And I've left a little here, a little book page added to another book page. And what I would do is I would simply, in a journal, and again, I'm just going to tell you this is inspired by Rachel at Roxy Creation, also Wendy. When I first began making journals about 4 years ago, my first journal video was by Mrs. Coggs. She had made Wendy a travel journal with irises and butterflies that was just simply beautiful. And of course that led me to Wendy, and I have just really followed Wendy, who touts several people. She often says that she is inspired by Rachel at Roxy Creations, and I have to say that so am I. But I love their work. There are so many other ladies who just simply do beautiful work. Mrs. Coggs I have tried to emulate and cannot, and you can even see here how I've added a little of the embellishment, a little bit of her petticoats, but I'm simply cannot seem to attain to hers. This is I believe this is my 14th journal. I haven't been selling journals, I've been giving them away, but wanted to begin working at my craft a little more. So I would just use a thin piece of maybe an inch wide piece of fabric and hinge this in by gluing it on this page and this page so that it would flip this way. If you wanted to, you could add some coffee or tea stain paper to the back here so that you would have more writing space, but I probably would leave this as it is because there are 2 sheets of writing free here, and then I would just leave this one as it is so that it could flip in and out. And I believe I had enough of that in view to show you. Here is another one that I have created. This one where I've actually turned the paper a little more lengthwise. It's a little taller. If I glue on the bottom here and along this edge, then I create a pocket that I could put something in, or at least a tuck spot where I could include a card for journaling or whatnot that I would use. Okay, I think you get the idea from that. And a few other pages. I love this paper here. I found this paper at Hobby Lobby recently, and I cannot believe how much I like it. And I really love the Victorian style period, or the Victorian period, excuse me, the style from there. And I looked up to see that this was utilized as tiling in some of the floors in the Victorian era, excuse me. So I really like that and have included that in quite a few things that I have created. And you can see some of the pages I have created to have more writing space, and some of these pages I have simply left as is because I love the writing. And it would actually be up to you as an individual creator, crafter, how you would like to finish yours off. But I really like the one-sided flip outs. I know Rachel and Wendy both do lots of flip outs, and I just enjoy that as well. Love the color here, and this damask kind of pattern going on as well. All right, so let's try our hand at a few of these. maybe let's try one like this. We use one with a little background already. Okay. I wanted to use one of Wendy's, excuse me, not Wendy, but one of Rachel's papers, so I've already torn this gorgeous green paper. Trying to save a little time with what I'm working on. Okay, one of the things that I thought I might like to share, I don't want too much going on, but I also want you to be able to see some of what is completed while I'm working, and that is to be able to use a little here. This paper that Rachel has sent has a wonderful thickness to it. It is not like a thin wrapping paper that we have as cheap wrapping paper in the States. It is almost, it's not as, I don't think it's as thick as cardstock, but it's almost cardstock. Absolutely gorgeous. Not to mention just the way that it feels in the hand, and adds to the paper as well. A little bit of that early 1900s encyclopedia page there. And lately, I've really been inspired by both Wendy and Rachel to try my hand at something a little larger. So not just lately, but in the last little while, I have really enjoyed using a larger butterfly, a larger bird, or a larger flower print. And with what I'm doing, has made quite a bit of difference. I like labels of all shapes and sizes. That one may be completed. Let's see. I like this flower here, and I would love to have some background paper. Again, I'm going to go back to this green page. Well, I hate to even tear that or even use it. I want to say this should go into my hoarding pile. Rachel, if you ever see this video, I would love to be able to keep this, but we purchase it so that we can use it and share it and enjoy it and allow others to enjoy it also. And I'm just going to do something a little different by adding it to this side. And I imagine while you're watching, you may be saying, oh, put it here or put it here, as I do often when I'm watching as well. Others, the placement of our items on the page are purely what we see. There's no right or wrong way. It is simply how we view what we're doing and what we like. So as you are also designing, design for yourself. Again, another little piece of that green paper. Oops, I'm going to have to stand up here and trade it off a little bit so that I have it in frame. Sorry about that. I love these green birds. And I very often find myself, excuse me for dropping that, but I also find myself using these yellow gold butterflies. And I'll just tell you that when you're beginning, you are trying so much to be able to create, and you have a budget, especially when you're beginning. You don't want to use everything at one time. Or you would like to have lots of things, and since you're starting out, you may not. I use Pixabay, Pixabay, for my images a lot. And then, of course, thank you so much to the Graphics Fairy, who has assisted all of us in becoming journal makers. We enjoy so much being able to use all of the different types of images that we can find on that web page. It's just amazing. And let's see, I think we use, this is just a little word card that I'm holding upside down, excuse me. Instead of using it as a pocket, which I could do, I'm just simply going to glue it on the front of this page here. And I believe I'll come in a little. So a little vocabulary word card. And then, I'm not sure. Sometimes more is more, and sometimes less is more. Again, it's in the eye of the beholder. And I'm going to try that there. And I'm simply using Yoo-Hoo. I also use, what glue do I use? I also use that little glue, what is that called? The very thin glue, the crafter's glue. When I think of the word, I will include it below, or I will come back in the video and tell what I'm actually using. The art glitter glue. My brain kicked into gear there. Okay. So, all right, so those are just a few ideas of how we can create by using background papers, book pages on top of book pages, as was done here. Here is an old book page, and then then this dictionary page was used as a background just to give a varied interest, something with words going in a different manner. And you can see, I hope you like what you see. At least I hope you can get an idea and maybe a jolt of something that you see you could possibly do in a different manner. Take it and fly with it. But I hope it inspires you. I hope you'll join me again. Thank you for joining me today. Have a great day, everybody.